What's going on, guys? What's going on, Ty Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, can the Browns make the playoffs or make the suit? Can the Browns make the playoffs? I can say this: the Browns can make the playoffs because we have Denzel Ward. We have Denzel Ward. We have Miles Garrett. We have Nick Chubb. We have Deshaun Watson, Elisha Moore, Judy, and Amari Cooper and Joku. We can still make the play. We can still make the playoffs. We can still make the playoffs this year. We look like a playoff team this year. We look like a playoff team this year. We do have the Browns do have their first preseason game against the Green Bay Packers. Against the Green Bay Packers. And there is also trade talks going on with the Browns and the 49ers about trading for Brandon Oku, which I'm going to talk about as well. But but here's the thing is that I do think the team that we have right now, the team that we have looks like a playoff team on paper. We are a playoff team when we go on the field as well. I'm not counting us out on that. I'm not counting the Browns out on that. We do look like a playoff team on paper. We do look like a playoff team on the field. And do I think we can win? Do I think we can make the Super Bowl? Yes, because we haven't had a Super Bowl since 1955 or 1966. We made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. And we know that Amari Cooper will resign, Amari Cooper will resign because he likes being a Brown. He likes being a Brown. And I feel like it would be a good sign to re-sign Amari Cooper, re-sign Amari Cooper, because then you would have Amari Cooper, Elisha Moore, Julie, um, Denzel Ward, Deshaun Watson, um, Nick Chubb, Miles Garrett, Ajoku, you would have all of those guys. You would have all of those guys. And I think the Browns can make the playoffs. Now now as as a Browns fan, I do think we can make the playoffs. We can make the playoffs. I could say we could make the playoffs. We can make the playoffs still because we have a good team. We have a good team. We have a good team. And we're in trade. The Browns are in trade talks with Brandon Oku. And if this is only this trade talks with the 49ers and Browns, because we know that Brandon Oku requested a trade because the 49ers did not want to give him a new contract. And here's what I gotta say about that is that if we trade for Brandon Oku, if the Browns trade for Brandon Oku, I think I think this would be the biggest trade since we traded for Obeckham Jr., or Beckham Jr., or Beckham Jr., and since we when we traded for Odell Beckham Jr. and Amari Cooper. The reason why I say if the Browns make this trade it would be like the Amari Cooper trade or the Beckham Jr. trade. Now, now when we traded for Odell back a couple of years ago, when we traded for Odell back then a couple of years ago, we had a different roster, a different team, and Baker Mayfield, Miles Garrett, Nick Chubb, Ajoku, and Denzel Ward. We didn't have the certain pieces like Elisha Moore, Judy, uh, Amari Cooper, Denzel Ward, and Miles Garrett, and Deshaun Watson like we have now. I do think if for the 49ers side, you're coming off a Super Bowl. You're coming off a Super Bowl. We get that. The 49ers are coming off a Super Bowl. Now, I do think if the 49ers and the Browns make this trade, the 49ers are still a Super Bowl contender. And the Browns are, to me, the Browns can make the playoffs or make the Super Bowl because the Browns haven't had a Super Bowl since 1955 or 1966. Would this trade put us over the playoff hunt to get into the Super Bowl? Yes. Yes. But we would have to give up a piece. We would have to give up players or draft picks at this point. But I don't see us trading Amari Cooper or Judy or Elisha Moore or Nick Chubb or Miles Garrett or Denzel Ward or Deshaun Watson. I don't basically see that. I don't basically see that from a standpoint of we have to trade. We have to make. We would have to give up a piece. We would have to give up players or a or or draft picks to get Brandon Oku. And if we get Brandon Oku, we would have to sign him to a deal, we would have to sign him to a deal, which we, which I think if we kept Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore and added and Julie and added Brandon Uko, that would make us a Super Bowl team. Now that would still make the 49ers a Super Bowl team because the 49ers, when you look at it, is coming off a Super Bowl appearance against the Chiefs. And I think I think this season the Browns will finish with a 12-4 record, a 13 and a 13-4 record, or something like that. But if you add Brandon Uku, that will make it like a 13-4 record, a 12-4 record. But I can still see the Browns if they don't trade for if they like this is this trade talks, if trade talks stop between the 49ers and Browns, I can still see the Browns making a Super Bowl and making the playoffs. But the Browns having talks with the 49ers about trading for Brandon Uku is very interesting. Is very interesting, but we would just have to see what happens. Do I think the Browns can still make the Super Bowl? Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do see the Browns making another Super Bowl. I mean, I do see the Browns making the playoffs again and winning a Super Bowl. And on the other side of things, the if this trade happens, I still do see the 49ers and the 49ers being a Super Bowl contender and the Browns being a Super Bowl contender. But guys, never give up your dreams, and I hope all of you guys are safe out there and stay blessed, everybody, and peace.